Hi, good afternoon, students. My name is Mr. Young. Welcome back. So today we're going to be working with 2.1 multiplying fractions with the standard 6th grade number sense A. Our objective is that we're going to be able to find products that involve fractions and mixed numbers. And your mathematical literacy is reciprocals and multiplicative inverses. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for our first example, we're going to multiply fractions. We have the fraction 8/9, and we're going to multiply that to 3/4. Now, the cool thing with multiplying fractions is that anytime you multiply or divide fractions, all right, you don't have to worry about the denominators being the same. So in this case, well, all we're going to do is multiply our numerators, 8 and 3, and multiply our denominators, 9 times 4, okay? Now, in this case, 8 times 3 will equal 24, and 9 times 4 equals 36, okay? So that technically would be the answer, but if the directions tell you to write it in simplest form, then you would just reduce, okay? So both of these can be divided by 12. So 12 can go into 24 twice, and also 12 can go into 36 3 times. All right. Now this is in simplest form. Okay, simplest forms. So in case your directions tell you to multiply fractions and write it in simplest forms, then you would reduce the fraction 24 over 36 to 2/3. Now, these are what we would call equivalent fractions, okay? And both these answers would be correct. Again, we have to multiply fractions here. So we have 1/4 times 1/2. Now, again, don't worry about denominators when you're multiplying fractions. So you would just multiply your numerators. So that'd be like 1 times 1. And your denominators, 4 times 2. 1 times 1 would be 1, and 4 times 2 would be 8. So your correct answer is 1/8. Pretty simple. All right, moving on to our next example. Now, anytime that we multiply a fraction times a mixed number is basically a whole number with a fraction by it, okay? Now, anytime we multiply a fraction times a mixed number, it is the same process, except that we have to convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. Now, an improper fraction is where the numerator is a greater value than the denominator. For an example, let's convert 2 and 3/4 into a this mixed number into an improper fraction. Now you multiply your denominator times your whole number, and then add that product to your numerator. Now remember, your denominator 4 stays the same. So let's convert this mixed number into an improper fraction. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is going to be 11. Okay? So now we converted that mixed number into an improper fraction. Just like what I mentioned, your numerator 11 is a greater value than your denominator 4. Okay? But these are still the same equivalent amounts. Okay? Now we can multiply a fraction times a improper fraction. So again, multiply your numerators, 1 times 11, and multiply your denominators, 2 times 4. Okay, 1 times 11 is going to be 11. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, now what we have here is still an improper fraction, 11 over 8. Now what we can do is you could divide, or you're really not dividing. All you're going to be doing is putting your denominator as your divisor and your numerator as your dividend. And now we know that 8 can go in 11 once, okay? And 1 times 8 is going to be 8. 11 take away 8 is going to be 3. So that would be that whole number 1 is going to be a whole number. Your remainder is going to be your numerator, and your divisor is going to be your denominator. Okay, so both of these would be correct answers. So 1 3/8 would be equivalent to 11 over 8, the improper fraction. Okay, so again, when you multiply fractions times a mixed number, convert that mixed number into an improper fraction, then multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators. If you get an improper fraction, simply divide, where your denominator is going to be your divisor and your numerator your dividend. Okay, and then divide. 8 can go in 11 once. 8 times 1 is 8. 11 take away 8 is 3. So your remainder is your numerator. Your divisor is your denominator. And your whole number is going to be 1. And last but not least, our next problem, we have a mixed number times a mixed number. So the same process. Convert your mixed number into an improper fraction for both of these. So you would multiply your denominator times your whole number and add that to your numerator. So 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. Your denominator 5 stays the same. Okay, same thing. You multiply your denominator times your whole number and add that to your numerator. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is going to be 11. Same thing, 3 is your denominator, so that's the same, 3. Then you can multiply your numerators, so 9 times 11, and also your denominators, 5 times 3, okay? Now, in this case, we know that 9 times 11 would be 99, and 5 times 3 would be 15, okay? So same thing, what we're gonna do, it's still an improper fraction, but we wanna make it a proper mixed number, okay? We do that by simple division. Your denominator goes on the outside of the box. Your numerator goes in the inside of the box, okay? Your dividend, your divisor. Now 15 can go into 99 6 times, all right? And then you just multiply that. So let's just work this out. 15 times 6, okay? 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is gonna be 9. So this will be 90, and then take away 99, take away 90 is 9. So that will be 6 is your whole number, your remainder 9 is gonna be your numerator, and 15 is gonna be your denominator. So 6 and 9/15 is equivalent to the improper fraction 99 over 15. All right, so that's all you do. Again, when you're multiplying fractions and mixed numbers, just make sure that you convert your mixed numbers into improper fractions and then multiply your numerators, multiply your denominators, reduce, and you should be good to go. Okay? And again, if you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out to me, Mr. Young, and please stop by our 2:30 to 3:30 tutoring, and we'll help you there. So again, our learning target today was to find products involving fractions and mixed numbers, and you should be able to draw conclusions here by multiplying fractions and finding products that involve mixed numbers and interpret products involving fractions and mixed numbers to solve real life problems. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you later.